Okay. Is this any better? Jules VZ is here. You came back. Thanks for coming. Okay. Is this working? I think so. I have mesh Wi Fi. And I don't know what's going on, but I unplugged it and I plugged it back in here. And now it looks like my OBS has much better connection, though it still says lots of dropped frames. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. Maybe my whole system needs a reboot. The thing is that nothing else is causing a problem. So I've jiggled some handles. Here's what I've done today. So we'll recap. Recap. Looking good. Thanks. I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you. Again, yes, you asked earlier. It's terry cloth, so it's not quite a towel. So I fixed something, and now the show can get on the road. It only took 20 minutes. I've unmuted and muted. I've paused and unpaused. I've streamed and unstreamed. I've plugged and unplugged and plugged back in. And now we appear to be moving for at least now. So maybe the best move is um, to just read the manual so that it doesn't get any further fucked up. So let's just go. It's been a long time. I'm glad to be back. Who knows what's going on? The computer has not been turned on in about a month and a half. So yeah. So there you go. We fixed it. Thank you, Jules Lisi. Thank you, Darren Hupke. Thank you, Catface Faces. Thank you. Let's see who else is in here. We've got thank you, Darren Hupke. Thank you, DevPods GG. Thank you, Lee Trigan. And thank you so much, Duke Donuts, for coming. It is so good to see everybody. I'm happy to be back. And I'm wearing my terry cloth shirt, not because it's warm outside, it's not, it's very cold, but because we're going to read some Neo Geo manuals. And when I think about the Neo Geo, the way that the Neo Geo feels to me, it is absorbent. Oh yes, it is. And Cafe Spaces, you get one of these and you just never wash it. You just wear it and you sweat into it as much as possible, and then just wring it out and then wear it the next day to your dinners, sitting close to people. It's amazing. Happy affiliate anniversary! Thank you, Space Astrocat. It's so good to see you. Yeah, my affiliate anniversary. What a day! What a day it's been. Keep troubleshooting. I will. Well, I will say this. Initially, I was going to say that my Spindrift, the official, the official, the official scurvy protector of Instruction Derby and the Soundstone network of shows. Andrew Elmore, you're here. I was going to say it didn't do its job in keeping things working, but what it did do, and I realized, Spindrift doesn't give a man a fish. Spindrift teaches a man to fish, because Spindrift is essentially the show's version of Jesus Christ. What it did was it taught me to have the patience with myself, the strength within myself, the fortitude within myself to calmly work through it and figure out how to unplug and plug back in one of my mesh network pucks. So we did it. Thank you to Spindrift. Um, you're my spiritual guide. And if you'd like to give us a lot of money for the show as well, we'd be open for that as well. So there we go. Yep, happy affiliate anniversary, or your ANES. That's right. We always call it our ANES. Congratulations on it's a big the first one is a big anus. It's absolutely true. It's one of the biggest anuses that there is. 1, 5, 10. They're all big, but I think this is a big anus. It's a big opening into a new world. So there we go. So Spindrift, officially sponsoring the show's first anus, and there it is. So before we read the manuals, I did get a new lens. I got a new camera because the other one was like breaking a lot or just not doing it. So I got this one and it's really sharp. I'm afraid it's a little too sharp. It also has to run the Elgato app on the side, which may be causing its own problems. But I want to call something out. So I was earlier talking about the music in the background, which I've accidentally muted. Sorry about that. It comes from our friend Andrew Elmore, who is in chat right now under the pseudonym Andrew Elmore. You can find the music, as always, in satellitesound.net. Andrew Elmore makes amazing stuff, amazing art, and has just announced an amazing project that's coming out soon. You can read all about it in Time Extension, but you can also go to Andrew's YouTube channel, and we're going to watch the trailer for the work that Andrew has coming out really soon. I will just say this. I did give you permission to say anything you want, but I should have said except for fart. Of course, classic. The one thing I didn't think about. But let's watch just a quick video of Andrew introducing his upcoming works. The Namco museum, museum. Let me know if you can hear it because I don't know. I can't guarantee that anything works.
Enter the Namco Museum, now a project that's had so many of its own branches, volumes, releases, and spin offs that it deserves an entire museum style collection unto itself. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. Over the last months, I've gone through and analyzed every unique release of Namco's various legacy collections across the last 30 years so that I can give you the complete rundown that you deserve. Grab a drink and get comfortable because we're going to dig deep down into every museum, every collection, every version, every port. Think of this project as a comprehensive, retrospective overview of sorts. You're watching Mythic Resonance. My name is Andrew Elmore, and I will be your tour guide today as we explore the Namco Museum.
Yeah. So, get ready. It's coming soon. I'm super excited about it. So thank you, Andrew, again for letting me use the music. Thank you for letting me show off this video. I'm super excited about it, and I think it's fantastic. So I think we're all going to dig, Doug, what you've put together. So let me turn your music back on, and we'll go ahead and read some manuals. I got to make it quick. I only have until 1, so I got to stop at 1. But we'll stop real quick. We'll start real quick. Great. So the technical difficulties are over, and now my brain doesn't work anymore. Let's go ahead and read from the Super Spy. We just watched a little Super Spy, right? We just saw a little bit of it. We know what this game's all about. You gotta stop some bad guys. This is how fighting works, too, by the way. Whenever I'm in a fist fight, this is how it works for me. Guys kind of walk back and forth until one of them slowly walks up to me to take an uppercut. Let's just take a look at the manual. I was looking for this for a while. The other week, Blue Sky power user and good pal Sosa Dilatron, not his real name, but that is the Blue Sky alias. Found this. A number of other folks also looked for it for me. I could not seem to find it. I don't know why. I think I just thought this was the Japanese version. I don't know. But I was very curious what this manual could possibly be. I will give you a little bit of a heads up. It's not quite as wild as I was hoping it to be, but there are a few moments in it that I liked. There's a lot of good art in it that I liked, and I wanted to sort of show it off to you here before we get to the main course, I guess, as it were. The Super Spy. So we're also going to need to do some real deal scrolling to visualize this. So bear with me here. All right. The Super Spy. Roy Hart, the 28-year-old American karate master, sighs heavily as he hears the news that an enormous and most powerful bomb has been detonated and killed thousands of people in the underground area of the city. He realized that only one notorious and brutal terrorist group could be responsible. As his phone rings, he thinks twice in answering it. Roy, you've been assigned to go in. Under the CIA Special Force Division, you are the only one we can trust. Roy's suspicions were right. It was the terrorist group Zolji King, and they have taken over the Tadoya Auto Building. The automaker's Skyrise headquarters held many employees who are now hostage and will be killed if the demands of the terrorists are not met. His mission: to assassinate the 8 evil bosses of Zolje King, and to steal the drawings of an even more powerful bomb that the CIA intelligence says can destroy, the Central Intelligence Agency intelligence says that can destroy thousands more and level several cities at once. Roy left his apartment and walked toward the street carrying only his knife, gun, and his mastered karate skills, knowing he could not let this horrifying act continue. Taxi, he calls it taxi, the Tadoya building, and step on it. I would hope the CIA would help him get there on his own. Zolje Kings. Take a drink every time you think about the Zolje Kings. He would use the Lyft app. Unfortunately, poor Roy Hart, 28 years old, would be paying surge pricing because of the terrorism at the Tadoya building. So we got some drawings, which I think are neat. And this is kind of what the meat of the manual is. It's not super crazy. There are a few characters with interesting names that I like, but I just think this art is cool. I just think this design is great. So take a look at it, the Super Spy user manuals, and that's how you know you're in a good place. You got your game contents, you got your objects. Control Roy Hart to defeat enemy terrorists. You can break the drawing of new type bomb, and destroy factory which enemy terrorists have developed. And then Objective Area 2, assassinate 6 terrorist bosses. So the game is only for one player. Of course, there is only one Roy Hart. And there you go. So that's how this works. You can see the game over here getting shot right in the stomach. This guy's coming to give you a big hug over here. You got your player's present points. High score, present weapon in use. That's pretty cool. You've got your experience power, your hero's level, your attack power, your defense power, your direction, the floor you're on, and your life gauge. So you want to make sure that doesn't hit 0. The Super Spy, there's a picture of him hanging out talking on his walkie-talkie. Secret attack. This is some good stuff, but don't worry, we're not going to look too much at it. We got some items. Each time you enter a certain room, you can get new items or clues. You've got a knife stronger than bare hands. That is true. The more times you use, the weaker the attacking power. You can get a new knife by entering a certain room. In our house, we call that the kitchen. Handgun. Hero has this from the beginning. Though, I like at the beginning, they're like, he leaves with almost nothing. He leaves equipped with only his knife, a gun, and his lifelong karate skills. No cell phone, no wallet. He didn't bring his remarkable e-ink tablet. Though this will not receive damage from enemy, bullet supply is limited. And then you've got your machine gun, and this guy standing in front of it is about to eat a lot of lead. So most powerful weapons, continuous firing can attack wider area than handgun. You can supplement bullets by entering into a certain room. You can also, it says you can get this in a certain room. This enables you to deliver much stronger punches than barehanded. I'm not sure what this is in reference to. Just there, just in case. And then there's keycard. You can get this by knocking down a specified boss. This is the only way to get a keycard. Luckily, I think this game is pretty straightforward, so you will get that weapon, or you will get that keycard. You've got your heroes level up, basic setting of each room. You got the basic setting of each enemy. I like this. A long aisle of building, lower terrace, middle class bosses, and monitoring camera up here. This is a game about class warfare. Unfortunately, you have to fight the middle class bosses, but honestly, we're all in this together. Middle class bosses is a great concept for a bad guy. When monitoring camera focus on you, strong enemies will come out. Move with a stoop, not to be caught. I will say that. In each building, I love AES manuals. In each building, enemy bosses are awaiting you. Getting cards from bosses is essential for Hero to carry out his mission. So there you go. Terrorist Factory, terrorist base. Stage 2 is Tadoya Motors, occupied by terrorists. Here's some helpful maps. Don't get lost. The detail is unbelievable. And then, introduction of characters. And then we'll do this part, and then we'll move on over. You like the kitchen joke, Andrew? Thank you so much. We'll do the introduction of characters. You've got Roy Hart, a 28-year-old American, a skilled member of the Special Forces Division in the CIA. He's been trained in karate and in handling knives and guns by his father, who was a bodyguard for a former president. He is the best hand-to-hand fighter in the CIA. You've got Nick Donegal, who I'm going to read first. Nationality and age are unknown. He is the brain behind the terrorist activities. He attacks with electronic devices and works as a computer hacker. Characteristic of attack, weakest boss. You've also got Machine over here. Nationality and age are unknown. He forces his way through the enemy lines with 2 machine guns in hand. His characteristic of attack, he is powerful but lacks footwork. And then, the real reason I wanted to read this manual is because of this character's name, Back Gallop. Everybody meet Back Gallop. You were right, Brand Newman. Brand Newman, good to see you. Max Payne owes a lot to this instruction booklet. That's what I thought this whole time, too. I was like, this is incredible. Back Gallop. We talk a lot about the name Geese Howard, which is quite a name. But society needs to come to grips with the fact that we've been living in a world of characters named Back Gallop. So here we go. We got Back Gallop. Nationality and age are unknown. Back Gallop, I can't place it. He can disguise himself as other characters so as to sneak into the center of the enemy's base. Characteristic of attack, utilize disguise technique to approach Hero. He is also familiar with Aikido. So careful of Back Gallop. But then we still have Geese. This is a world where the bad guys are named Geese and Back Gallop. Geese is not known. We don't know where he's from. He is entrusted by King to execute hostages as a warning. Characteristic of attack, he's familiar with karate and knife attack. We've got Pink. This was before she went into music, so she is truly capable of anything. Congratulations to Pink. Nationality and age are unknown. She uses her beauty to approach you, and her voice to top charts. Characteristic of attack, she's good at karate. So careful of Pink. I could see Pink being good at karate. And then we got King. King looks like a scary guy. Appears to have a man's finger in his mouth. I'm assuming that's what it is. Nationality and age are unknown. He is a boss of the organization and takes all commands. No one can match his intelligence and physical power. But I bet Roy Hart can. Key characteristic of attack, he is a mighty fighter. Mighty Fightin' King meets Geese Howard, Pink, and Back Gallop. This product can only be used on the Neo Geo rental system, interestingly enough. So careful. So you can only rent this game. Don't ever think about owning this game. Luckily, if you buy this digitally, which I believe is available through the Arcade Archives, you are only purchasing a digital license. So you are kind of effectively still renting it. So that's one manual. Now, in the interest of time, let's move on. Yeah, I don't know. Is this canon with Fatal Fury? It could be. Is his name really Duck King, Andrew? I don't know enough about Fatal Fury. Is it actually Duck King, or is this a bit? My stream chat keeps telling me to cheer my way to the top, and then I click it and it says you can't cheer in your own stream. So I don't know what to do about this. Okay, so that's one manual. Congratulations. I think it's time for a Spindrift break of the week. Darren Tupke is right. Always wondering if everyone's nationality and age are unknown. Is it even worth it to mention that? Yeah, no. I think it was Harris Foster, the internet's own Harris Foster, suggested once that I read the manual for, specifically the PlayStation 2 manual, I think, for Silent Hill 2, maybe? Because all of the characters in there have like job titles or something, and they all say unknown, and it's just like, well, at that point, why did we put this in there? So the MVS thing is weird, right? Because so like this is an MVS system, and that's like the arcade one, and I guess you could potentially have rented them. It's weird. The lineage is strange, and this game is from 1990, so I don't even know if the AES was out yet. Maybe the only way you could do this was rent like an AES. I don't know. Anyway, I always wanted one. I never got one, and now I've really missed my chance to own a $20,000 copy of Neo Turf Masters. So that's it. So yes, age unknown in Silent Hill 2 manual. It's like, yeah, sure. I don't know. Go ahead. Can't be that hard to find. Anyway, so that's one manual. Let's read another manual. But before we read the manual to Art of Fighting 2, I want to show you a commercial that I saw. Now, you may have already seen it because I posted it on Blue Sky earlier. But I was looking. I like to find old commercials. The quality's not very good. Apologies for that. But I like to find old commercials for these games, almost more so than the gameplay itself, because I think that they're interesting. This one, I was not prepared for. Please enjoy the commercial for Art of Fighting 2 on the Neo Geo CD. Have a look.
Mega Shock Neo Geo. About time you got here. What's that supposed to prove? Talking to you.
So long.
You're one of a kind. Everybody SNK.
The future truly is now when you're enjoying the commercial for Art of Fighting 2 on the Neo Geo CD. Some good English in there. Please please feel free to save that video and share it with anybody you like. I think it's maybe the highlight of the month. It's amazing. The video is so good. I was amazing. So the president is now Neo Geo. It's time to go. Let's go back to the old days, maybe. Okay, here we go. I'm not going to say anything. Let's go ahead and watch Art of Fighting 2, the manual for it. Art of Fighting 2. I should have said that for last because there's no way that anything that I do from here on out is going to come anywhere near as close to being as good as that. I will say this, and this is maybe a hot take. I've never particularly loved the faces in these in the SNK games. I think the rest of the art is amazing, and I think that sometimes it looks great. Sometimes, though, I don't know, man. I don't know about these faces. It's not my style of face. I'll put it that way. It's not a criticism of the wonderful men we see in front of us here, the wonderful fighting men of Art of Fighting 2, but I'm not sure. A word of thanks. I'm excited about that. A word of thanks. They do look AI generated, I know. Rio, Robert, and all of the rest of the Art of Fighting gang wish to thank you, they're real people, wish to thank you for the purchase of Art of Fighting 2. Before entering the battle, we suggest you take a careful look at the instruction manual to learn the ways of battle in this fast-paced fandango of fisticuffs. So off the bat, you can tell if you were here for the Samurai Showdown manual, I think there's a chance that this is the same author. It has a very similar style and very similar sort of things they like to say. So we'll see what's going on. But we are indeed entering the manual for a fast-paced fandango of fisticuffs. Excuse me. That was the official Spindrift burp of the week. I'm chain enjoying Spindrifts this week. That's gonna hurt. I appreciate this. Here you got your intro controls, all that kind of good stuff. But then down here at the bottom is just a question mark. Could be anything. They didn't know when they wrote it. Here's the prologue. The ascetic warrior, Ryo Sakazaki. The pretty boy rough guy, Robert Garcia. 1 year has passed since their adventures in the den of iniquity known as Southtown. Saving Ryo's sister Yuri and uncovering the mysterious secret of Mr. Karate, they now wait for their next challenge. Is the character still named Mr. Karate? Yeah, more like aesthetic warrior. You're right. Okay. Then it comes. Does it ever? A mysterious summons from the hive of evil and treachery known as Southtown. It's still Southtown. A mysterious figure has called our heroes, along with some of the toughest dudes and dudettes in the world, to the old neighborhood. The neighborhood of shadows and illusions. The neighborhood of despair and fear. The neighborhood known as, you guessed it, Southtown. What secret lies behind this call to the contest known as the King of Fighters? A contest offering unheard of fame and wealth? Who will steal the laurels of victory? And what depths of wickedness will these laurels plunge the winner of this match of brawn and wits? Well, don't just sit there. Read through this book, play the game, and find out the answer to these and other questions, you big silly. Sure. Why not? Let's go. This is like in the Samurai Showdown manual. There was this big long lead up that was really dramatic, and then it just wound up becoming about the main bad guy being interested in finding a good cup of coffee. They're big in the in surprising us, which I like. Moving your character. Take a peek at page. For further explanations of the fundamentals of fighting, take a peek at page. Please take a peek at page, everybody in chat. Peek at page. You big silly. So here we go. There's lots of good stuff in here, presumably. We don't have that much time, however, so we will have to continue rolling. Keep an eye on your all-important power meter and your rage gauge. Just like in Samurai Showdown also, this manual has lots of flavor within the text, which makes it something to really dive into. As you little battle boys and girls know, there are gauges in this game which should be monitored most carefully. Ignoring these could decide whether you dance your way to victory or spend a good deal of time in traction. For a quick account of these, take a look below Not under your seat, dope. Under this paragraph. Jeez. It's great. You got your victory marks over here. That is what I am going to start calling my crow's feet next to my eyes. I'm going to call that whenever I get those. As I continue to get those, you got your victory marks. After winning a round, let's read about them. These balloons of victory appear under your character's names. The first one to earn 2 of these balloons wins. Balloons is misspelled both times. Wins the match and moves on to the next competitor. The character who doesn't win will be subjected to a life of doubt and shame, like that old actor in that old movie. These are a maximum of 4 rounds of each match should a victor be undecided, because tie games are like kissing your sister or brother. Gross, huh? Yeah. This guy hates soccer. This manual would hate the World Cup. There's been a lot of ties. The whole world kissing their sister or brother. Okay, so there you go. We'll just keep going. I think this is a manual that one day everybody in this chat should sit down and read, because there's a lot going on in here. So there you go. We'll talk a little bit about the arsenal of ouch in a little bit, which I appreciate. I think that's cool. Not much over here going on. I got a computer update popping up. There you go. After completing these processes, put up your dukes. That's what we say when we are ready to play Art of Fighting 2 on the Neo Geo AES. Select the strength of your computer opponent from one of 6 levels. That's pretty cool. You've got different levels. MVS level equal to that of an arcade machine. A level of difficulty between normal and hard. Easy level, a level that is, really easy. Normal level, an intermediate level for people who have waltzed through the easy level battles, and hard level. Mamma mia! You wanted rough competition? Well, you got it in barrels, Buster. They're gonna bust your barrels. You heard it here first. I hate it when you get your barrels busted. That is one of my favorite genres of America's Funniest Home Videos, is when like a dad's playing with his kid in baseball and he gets his barrels busted by a comebacker. So there we go. Mode selection, language setting, not too much going on over here, but I do like this. Select game speed from one of 4 settings: 85%, 100%, 115%, and 130% gasp, which I appreciate over there. So, character selection, I like this one. Choose from 4 gnarly shades of warriors. It's a good image for that. By moving the joystick left or right, by the way, you can select your favorite character and the clothing for his or her clothing with buttons A through D. Pushing any of these 4 buttons will begin gameplay as well. For choosing the right shade of character, push buttons A, B, C, or D. In 2-player games, which both players using the same player, one color will be a different color from the other no matter which button is depressed. There's a lot here. Further, color selection may only occur at the beginning of the game, so choose colors wisely. The reason I'm reading this whole thing is because of this. No one wants to fight with a puce-colored character. And you know what? They're correct. Hello, Flashback 64. I'm happy you're here. Yay! Depressed buttons, yes. If the buttons saw where things were today, the state of the industry, they certainly would be depressed and potentially puce. So here you go. After losing a match, you're going to have to, if you notice it during your fit of humiliation, a countdown will begin. That's why you have to read every sentence in this manual. Clear the bonus and add new treats to your arsenal of ouch. I just like that. It does tell you completing these in your arsenal of ouch. It will give you a sense of well-being and achievement you can tell your grandkids about. You got your psychic training, you got your body training, and you've got your arsenal of ouch. It says here, use psychic attacks from your arsenals of ouch to clear this stage. Successfully do so, and you will learn new super psychic attack. Of course, even if you learn it, you still have to practice how to use it. In the 1v2 mode, these attacks can be used without passing the bonus stage. So master the use of these babies to breeze through computer battles. I'm getting too excited. I can't do it. Yes, make sure you tell your grandkids about the time that you beat the computer in Art of Fighting 2. As the old guy said in that movie, they love this. It's the fundamentals, my boy. The fundamentals that's impotent. Sick. It's good. Whatever the old guy meant, we don't know. But what we do know is there is a variety of very, very colored attacks and defenses in the new Art of Fighting 2. In clutch battles and at long distance, your character must master a variety of unique attacks and methods in self-defense to crawl your way to the top. These vary with each character, so your concentration and study is required. And if you thought you could get away from concentration and study, well, guess again. You thought you were going to have fun with this video game? Don't even think about it. Not for a minute. You got your dashing. Some cool art on these pages, which I like. You got dashing. You get your kick button. Kids, don't. I do like this. Depressing the button will send your opponent into orbit with a bombastic boot of marvelous destruction. That's how he described kicks. But kids, don't try this at home. I like this right here, just so you know. The strength of your punches and kicks depends on how you press the proper buttons. Be sure to experiment with different ways of pressing buttons, but take it easy on your controller. Absolutely. Uppercut to heaven. Aim for the head. C and B is low kick. And then this is recovering from attacks. You've also got your C button for light punch and light kick. And then your C button for body toss or contact moves. Hard move. I'll read this. In close battles, press this button to grab your opponent and slam the impertinent whelp to the pavement. Judge your timing correctly, or you could get smacked yourself. A hard move to pull off, but when you do, ooh, what a feeling. Oh, yeah. There you go. Ooh, what a feeling. The various stratagems and tension is what the rage gauge system is all about. Your psychic attacks and your arsenal of ouch are what use up your rage gauge. Without the proper amount of rage, you're like a fish out of the aquarium. Also, monitoring your opponent's rage gauge will give you a window of opportunity, presidents during the Cold War could have only dreamed of. Okay, I was unclear where that was going. So learn how to use and recharge your rage gauge to become top of the world, ma. Wahaha. Yeah, there we go. I would like to know what this manual thinks of closing the Strait of Hormuz. I think we could get some good, some good moments from this manual on current events. Psychic blasts and combination attacks use up precious energy. You may just be shooting blanks, pal. Careful. If you got your barrels busted earlier in the game, you might be shooting blanks here. So be careful when you're using your rage gauge. Sticks and stones over here, it says we're talking about that. You could still get razzed to nothingness. Watch not only attacks, but the taunts of your opponent. Sticks and stones will hurt your bones, and being razzed won't help you too much either. Yes, you too can restore valuable power and energy. Of course, while you're doing this, you're open for attack and may just get knocked on your keister. Judge wisely, my little warrior. You got the Razz button over here. That's pretty cool. Psychic attacks from the Arsenal of Ouch and restoring the rage gauge. There you go. That's how I feel. This battle won't end in a picnic. We'll do some character bios and we'll get out of here at 1 o'clock Pacific time. The Riz Kings. Everybody in this manual is honestly a Riz King. You can't razz the Riz Kings of Art of Fighting. I keep forgetting the name of this game. Art of Fighting 2. Speaking of the art of fighting, with the exception of these faces, the art's pretty good. 12 of the world's toughest warriors gather in the grim bowels of the urban nightmare known as... Take a drink, Southtown. Through various... I feel a little bit sick from drinking so much Spindrift. Through various arsenals of ouch, bonus stages, and hidden moves, watch these battlers bubbling with bravado. Gain new skills and eye-popping abilities before your very eyes. It's the wrong very, but I like it too. We now introduce these gladiators and warn, their strength does not end here. And then there's a couple of asterisked things to say that I think are I'm not going to read them. I don't think that they say that much. Your characters are Ryo Sakazaki, Robert Garcia, Yuri Sakazaki, Eiji Kisaragi, Temjin, John Crawley. Then these guys... It's loading. It's such a big manual that it's moving slowly. We've got King. We've got Mickey Rogers, Jack Turner, Lee Pai Long, Takuma Sakazaki. Many Sakazakis today. Mr. Big. And we'll start by learning a little bit about the wild karate guy, Ryo Sakazaki. Scion of the creator of Kyokugen Karate, Takuma Sakazaki, he has been passing the previous year since the rescue of his cute kid sister Yuri in the Japanese Alps, bathing in the frigid streams and dancing on the sharp rocks of Mount Yuwanif. Andrew Elmore's music was paused. I just realized, so I've turned that back on. In the Japanese Alps, bathing in the frigid streams and dancing on the sharp rocks of Mount Yuanafaito. Hearing the mysterious King of Fighters competition, he ventures once again to his old hunting grounds. Jesus Christ. Okay. We got Robert Garcia, the pretty boy master of mayhem, son of the multi-zillionaire industrialist Albert Moralista del Gusto del Braha Garcia. Robert has forsaken the wishes of his father, left the prestigious Emperor University, and has followed pursuit of Kyokugen Karate Mastership. The rival of Ryo, Robert is one guy who packs a wallop. Things are different, or we just keep reading. He's a guy who packs a wallop. Different era. The fabulous Karate Babe. Jesus Christ. The fabulous Karate Babe, Yuri Sakazaki. First episode back after a long break, and I am presented with some of the toughest moments. Ryo's beloved kid sister, anxious to learn the ways of Kyokugen, she learns from her father, Takuma. She studies with her father while pretending to attend a fitness club to appease her brother, Ryu, who objects to Yuri's studies. Okay. Achieving momentous success in a brief period of training, Yuri joins the competition to show her big brother what she's really made of. There's a lot going on here. You got the Tiger Flame Punch, the Ryo Ken, the Slipstream Slap, the Kyokugen Ryu Saya, and the Enbu Kick. Thank you so much. We've got the mysterious manipulator of ninja arts, master of the ancient ways of the ninja and sworn enemy of the Sakazaki clan, whose devotion to the school of Kyokugen School of Karate is an insult. The school of Kyokugen School of Karate is an insult to Kisaragi's being, an enigmatic soul who thirsts for revenge and a glance of his former love, lost to the arms of a long-haired blonde guy. But such is life. These things just like come out of nowhere in this manual. There's something about the way it's written that I am word by word unsure where things are going next. Dr. Tasty, what's up? Good to see you. That was the incel character. You're right. He in his next phase he becomes a pickup artist. It's real. It's very sad. The Titan of the Tundra, Temjin, the one and only Mongolian dock worker at the Southtown port. Tem resigned himself to a period of menial work as a manure loader. Finding the job paid $25 an hour, Tem stayed on, earning money for the small school in Mongolia where he dreams of teaching one day. A pure heart who fights for the good of others. I don't know about you, I'm on Team Jin. Temjin is a cool guy. Looks like he really does a number on this guy over here, so that's pretty cool. Watch out. You don't want to get hit with the Mongolian Lightning Smash, as it's called. The supersonic psycho flyboy, John Crawley, who looks to be a combination of Guile from Street Fighter and Captain Commando, once a pilot of unparalleled skill. The Marine took an air-to-air missile to the eye. Unable to fly, the dejected pilot was driven to drinking and unsociable behavior. Years later, he was drummed out of the service after being implicated on gun-running missions supplying the evil Mr. Big. Insisting he was framed, the dejected former ruler of the skies now comes to Southtown to set the history straight. One thing we know about John Crawley, he's dejected. The gorgeous kickboxing Lady King. The former bouncer of La Maison, defeated by Ryo and Robert 1 year ago, was rumored to have forsaken the world of the streets to make an honest living as a political consultant. I don't know if that's an honest living. Finding the trade perverse and inhuman, okay, she has resurfaced on the streets, kickboxing her way to a showdown with her old pals and hoping for the prize money. But for what end? Money. I think it said money. I think the end is money. Prize money. You've got the tragic champ from the Lower East Side, Mickey Rogers. See, here the face doesn't bother me as much. I still don't like the shading on it, but I think it's like the proportions make more sense to me. I got to do this in 2 minutes. To escape a life of abject poverty, Mickey sought the crown of heavyweight boxing. A freak accident sidelined his hopes, sending the Mixter back to the mean streets. After paying his dues to the society that scorned him, Mickey looked for a new shot at the title and has entered the contest to polish his technique. We've also got Jack Turner, the muscle devil from Dairyland, dreaded leader of the urban gang, the Neo Black Cats. Jack quests for the control of Southtown and its environs. To reestablish his old group, he must first win them back from the evil clutches and shiny pate of Mr. Big. You've got the legendary talent acrobat Li Pai Long, the master of the master of masters of Chinese Kempo, well versed in the mysterious ways of Chinese medicine. This fighter / doctor hides his identity with the hideous, some say ridiculous, mask of the monkey god, Ho He Shiri. I don't know. Is that the monkey god? Okay, I'm making sure. Looks like a period. Planning to use the prize money from his contest to further his medical research, he looks to this battle as his final. The letters are getting hard to read here. Something of the battle of the arena of the Boulevard Battlers. The arena of the Boulevard Battlers. And then we've got the master of Kyokugen and one really swell dad, Takuma Sakazaki. Hey, Dad. Pioneer of the Kyokugen School of Karate, Takuma enters the competition with an uneasy sense that something is just not adding up. Because of his superior strength and training, he was asked to join the evil Southtown organization, but refused. Could this competition be the work of his old enemies? Very probably. And then the glittering Sultan of Southtown, the leader of the dreaded Southtown Boys Club, known for their terror and powers of persuasion. Sensing a threat to his rule, Big has polished his scalp and entered the seemingly sinister King of Fighters contest. Not sure if that, you gotta polish your scalp if you're gonna enter the ring. What foul secret awaits him at the end of his battles? Will his ambition translate into his downfall? Hey, he's a bad guy. Who cares? And I'll be honest with you, you're right. I think we could use that attitude in our present day life. What of all the bad guys currently leading the Southtown known as Washington, D.C.? Hopefully something bad. Hopefully they're out of here in some way, but who cares? That's their problem, not mine. As long as they get their comeuppance. Just like Mr. Big, or Mr. Bad, or whatever his name is. Mr. Big. I will say this about our current Mr.'s Big. They could only wish to be so fashionable. He looks pretty cool, to be honest with you. Okay, there you go. If you guys need to use the memory cards, you can get this on your own time. Just be careful. Note on using the memory card. Note on using the cartridge. Enjoy your Neo Geo fully. There are contestants in the Southtown Shakeup known as King of Fighters. Select from these warriors to punch, kick, gouge, and knee your way to the final battle. It says on the back of the manual. Earn the unmeasurable wealth that victory supplies. Discover the terrifying techniques of the contestants and unveil the shocking secrets of the King of Fighters. And then here's a picture of all of us from today's stream hanging out. And that's us. Tag yourself because they're all cool as far as I'm concerned. I do. I'm leaving now. Hard stop 1 o'clock. That was really mostly me making sure that I didn't go over and sped up. So I'm out of here. This is us. Thank you so much for coming. Good to see you all. I really appreciate it. And thanks for putting up with the tech stuff. That's us. It's us. Y'all are amazing. Thank you guys. See you soon, okay? Bye.